Okay, today we're going to continue our look at preferences, and this time we're looking at the project section. And we're going to start our look at the project section with our default screen. There are several items on this screen, so we're going to start on the left-hand side, and we're going to see here we have several different lists to go through, much as we did in the contact section. So we'll start at the beginning with the drawing status. So what exactly is the drawing status and where can it be seen? Well, it is literally the status of your drawing records. So if you look in your projects module, under logs, and then in drawings, we have a screen where you can track any drawings that you may have currently out on the project. We go in to make a new drawing. We'll see many fields to pick from, one of which is a status. So you can actually customize this list of statuses. Next one is the note types. Very similar setup actually. Also under project logs. Instead of drawings, we'll go into notes. And we'll go to add a new one. And again, much like the drawing status, we'll have a type field with a list that is fully customizable. So you can define an entire list of whatever types of note records that you might need. Next is project types. So again, much like the others, this is a customizable list. And in this case, this can be found not on project logs, but on project details. And don't be confused with this type, it's actually project type. So this list is also fully customizable. So if you do have various different types of projects you do, you can define that and then categorize them appropriately. And then finally, departments. So this list actually works in concert with this field right here, the department label. So what this actually is just a fully customizable field that you can use actually for anything you want. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a literal list of your departments. As you can see here in our sample, we are actually using this field as a list of cities. And in this case, we have offices in 3 different cities, and we want to have a way to know, well, which office is actually heading up this particular project. And you can see in this example, we've also customized the label, which is actually right here. This is actually the department field. And we can see that same list that we had defined in preferences, and in this case we had picked Los Angeles. And we have it set to business unit, but we could have very easily left that as the default value of department, or office location, or really any other field that you might want to have a customizable list for. You can use this department field for that purpose, like so. And then the last thing under this screen that we're going to look at is our defaults box. So we have only a couple of things here. Project number. So what this actually is the place where we store the sequential project number series. And what this number here actually means is that the next project we create, the program will automatically offer us a project number that we can use. We don't have to, but it will pick the next number in the logical sequence. And in this case, we have our sequence set to a year, a dash, and then a sequential number. This field is pretty flexible. We can make it be basically anything we want, as long as it's either a single number, such as this, or it's any combination of characters, as long as it ends in a hyphen and then a number. And then the hyphen and everything before the number will be static, and then as we make projects, the last portion will be incremented by 1 for every project we make. And then we can also define the default unit of area, and this would really only be used if we were doing unit cost invoicing. But this is just a label that will eventually filter down through our invoice so the customer knows what basic unit of area we're using. In this case, we're in the United States, so it's square feet. But if you're in Europe or other locations, this can certainly be set to square meters, or square yards, or square miles, or square acres, or whatever it happens to be. And that is the entire project default screen. And we will, of course, continue our look at the preferences areas in a future video.